Kareem, you're the next contestant on English Vibe Time.
Steven, thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I've waited my whole life for this moment. You have no idea. No idea.
All right, Kareem, that's enough. Thank you.
Huh? What? Did I lose?
You lose, yeah. Well, Kareem, how you doing?
Man, I can tell you I'm doing A-okay today. Pretty cold. We had another storm. How about you?
Yeah, I'm surviving. It's a balmy, like 1 degree out.
1 degree. That's pretty warm. On -4 on my end.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
I want to say a big hello and welcome to all of our listeners. So welcome to English Vibe Time. It's good to have you here with us.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
That's right. So today we're going to spend a lot of time talking about accessories and our appearance. And we wanted to start by asking a question about a really ancient accessory. So a really old accessory.
Yeah. So to do this, I have a question for you, Steve, and our listeners. What do you call the crown Egyptian pharaohs wore on their heads? Is it A, a skent, B, a coronation, C, a circlet, or D, a headdress? What do you think, Steve?
This is a tough question because there are a lot of difficult words here. For our listeners, they could look at these words and understand something about what they mean. So for example, we have headdress. This is something you wear on your head probably. And circlet is a circle, which is the shape of a crown, so that seems logical. Coronation looks and sounds a little bit like the word crown, so maybe this is possible. But then we have this strange word, skent, and I'll be honest, I don't know this word at all. So I feel like it might be an old Egyptian word, and so maybe this is the correct answer, so I will choose skent.
Skent. Okay, so we will find out later at the end of our podcast if you were correct.
All right.
So Steve, it's Monday. How did you spend your weekend?
Okay, so for my weekend, I actually got to try something new.
Oh, okay. What did you do?
Being stuck indoors and everything's closed right now, life gets a little bit boring sometimes and repetitive. So I went to a sports shop, surprised my wife. We went there together, and we bought some discs for disc golf.
No way.
So have you ever played or ever tried or heard of disc golf?
Steve, I used to play disc golf every Sunday with my friends after I graduated.
No way, really?
Yeah, I have 4 discs.
You're not talking ultimate frisbee, you're talking disc golf.
We call it frolf, frisbee golf.
Ah, really? Okay.
Yeah. This is the game, they have like the medium-sized discs and you have to throw them into a chain net.
That's right, yeah. So there's some basket. It's basically golf with a frisbee or like a disc. So I got a set of discs, some basic set, and went to try it out. And of course, I sucked big time. And it was a little bit cold, but I enjoyed it, and I really want to try it again.
I'm so pumped to hear that you've played. I haven't met anyone else other than my friends who have played frolf, as we call it.
Right. Some people I saw in the park yesterday, they were so good.
Oh, yeah.
And they had special techniques, and they could throw it super far and generally accurately, and I was impressed. Yeah, some cool dudes to look up to.
Yeah. Did you walk around with a bag, Steve?
I didn't have a bag, but I did see a guy with a bag, and he probably had like 12 or 15 different discs in there.
Oh my God.
And I like a little library of discs.
We would say he's trying to, in a way, dress to impress. So he wants to wear the correct things to show that he's better and, yeah, that he's like this really cool guy.
I was definitely impressed with this guy.
I spent the last several years of my life living in a big city, and you kind of walk around mostly everywhere because there's good transportation. And I normally carried a backpack. But now that I returned to the United States and New York, I've left the house with my backpack. And some of my friends kind of told me, like, Kareem, you look really cool with that backpack on. Because it's kind of unusual to wear one where I am because we all drive cars. So I look at my backpack and I think, they say I'm a cool guy. And I think this backpack really is a good accessory for me.
That's a really interesting story about backpacks, actually. I feel like I can relate to that, actually. And the backpack is an interesting kind of accessory. This is one of the things we really want to focus on today, are different types of accessories. So, Kareem, what do we mean when we talk about accessories? What does this include?
Well, normally when we talk about accessories, this is something additional that you can add to what you wear. Some basic accessories can be hats, gloves, scarves. These are just additions to the normal clothes you wear with your jackets or pants or shorts. And so they kind of make you look more stylish in a way.
Yeah, I think those are good examples. I also think of stuff like jewelry. So you have rings or necklaces or different piercings as well. So it could be things like earrings or nose rings and that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, that's very true. Steve, I'm curious. Do you and your wife accessorize what you wear with some jewelry or some scarves or hats?
About myself, I have almost no accessories, like very few.
Really?
I have a very basic gold wedding ring that I wear all the time, and I don't have a lot of other stylish stuff. I don't have a watch. I used to wear a watch a lot when I was younger, but I quit that habit. But I do have a nice scarf, and it was a present from my wife. She got it for me this winter because she hated my old scarf. So I got a new scarf, and actually the other day I was walking down the street here in Vancouver. I was wearing the scarf. I was with my wife, and we were chatting, and suddenly some guy who was walking past us, he stopped and he was like, "Hey, that's a nice scarf, man."
Wow.
And then he just kept walking.
Wow.
And I was so shocked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the confidence to just compliment people like that on the street. And I was surprised, like, wow, someone looked at my scarf, and they decided, I'm going to compliment this person because that's a nice scarf. And I guess it is a nice scarf. I like it. I like it even more now.
Oh, yeah, it seems like your wife has a good sense of style.
I would say so, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to ask, what was your wife's response to this when the guy complimented your scarf?
Well, my wife just said, "Steve, you're so awkward. Like, you're so strange. Why didn't you say anything to that guy?" Like, I didn't know how to respond. I was so shocked. And of course, she felt good because she chose the scarf. So it was really a compliment for her more than me. Yeah. So Kareem, what about you? Do you wear or use any different accessories?
Actually, as I mentioned before, I wear a backpack when I go out. Very stylish backpack, I might add. But not so much anymore. I do have a watch that I wear. It does everything, like one of those smart watches, checks your pulse, heart rate, your blood type. It knows everything about you. But I don't actually wear it too much anymore. In fact, when I think about it, I don't wear accessories either. It's not like I don't like them. I really like to accessorize, but I guess maybe I'm too lazy to do it. It's just, whatever. Yeah, I mean, right now, especially during a pandemic, I'm not trying to impress anyone with any chains or watches or rings. I'm just, worried about living.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like we both don't wear a lot of accessories anymore, but I used to wear some accessories in the past, and I think my sense of style has changed a lot since when I was in high school or in university. So I remember, for example, I was 22 and I was working in this psychology laboratory. It was a small lab, and I worked with two other people. There was some girl, and there was a guy named Sean. And Sean came to work one day, and he had a cool hat. And I've never worn hats. I still don't like wearing hats. It's not the accessory I would ever choose, but he had a cool hat. And I've never felt like, wow, I want that hat. And I said, dude, I love that hat. Where can I get it? And it was from this company called Kangol.
Ah, okay.
And he showed me this hat store that was in town. And he said, I'll go with you after work. They have so many different hats, and we'll choose one. And I thought, let's do it. That sounds awesome. So we went to this hat store, and there were probably 80 to 100 different hats, and a lot of different Kangol hats from the same company. And I was debating between like 3-4 different hats, and in the end, I chose the exact same hat that Sean had. And Sean was so pissed. He was so angry. Because he said, what are we going to do? Are we going to walk around and wear the same hat? He said, we work together every day. So we made a deal that he wears the hat Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I wear the hat Tuesday, Thursday.
Holy crap.
And by that logic, we could have just shared the hat.
Yeah.
I didn't need to buy it.
Were you actually aware that you were buying the exact same hat?
I knew what I was doing. But I wanted that hat so bad. I've never liked a hat as much as that one.
Screw you, Sean. Well, we're both not exactly people who like to accessorize. But why do you think people do this? Why do some people wear accessories such as crosses and chains? Like, what's the point of that?
I think there are a few different reasons why people wear accessories. One is it's stylish. I think that part of wearing an accessory is a process of identity creation.
Oh.
So it's a way people create this image of themselves. Like, this is who I am. I am this person. And it makes you unique. It makes you different. And it's a way to express yourself through your clothes, through your style. Mm-hmm. I don't know. What do you think? Why do people wear accessories?
I think it's like the iPhone in a way. When you wear accessories, it kind of shows like you might be on a higher level or you're better than someone. And yeah, I think it's like a symbol of identity, but also a symbol of social status.
It's a status symbol, yeah. Can you tell me just a little more about social status? What do you mean by this?
When you describe your social status, it kind of symbolizes where you are in society in terms of hierarchy, like your level. When they see someone wearing these really expensive gold chains, they might think, oh, this person probably has a decent amount of money to be able to afford that. He probably has a good job or he owns a business. And in this respect, he's probably higher than me with his status in society. His social status is higher.
One example of this I thought of was glasses. And a lot of people wear glasses because they need glasses. They have bad eyes and they can't see very well and they need glasses. So they're an accessory. They can be fashionable. They're also can be stylish. And in American culture, but I also think many other cultures, wearing glasses is associated with being a nerd. Mm-hmm. Well, Kareem, how would you explain what a nerd is?
So I can explain a nerd because I was kind of in that category. I don't know if the definition of nerd has changed, but when I was in high school, a nerd was the kid who wore glasses. He didn't really have a sense of style. He was usually a very smart kid, very quiet, into his books, and he didn't really, socialize much.
I was also a nerd in school.
Nice.
And as I got older, I remember thinking I enjoyed this title. I enjoyed the title, the category of nerd. And
Yeah.
I was disappointed that my eyes were good because I couldn't get glasses. And I thought, oh, if I had glasses, I would be a real nerd, I have the perfect 20/20 vision in my eyes, so I will have no need for glasses, hopefully for a while. So Kareem, how do you think accessories have changed over time? So comparing accessories now and in the past, how has that evolved and changed?
It's the mentality of who can wear accessories, and the acceptability has definitely changed now that men, as we see now, are able to pierce their ears, pierce their nose. Basically, they can pierce whatever they want. And the same thing goes for women as well. And I think now, basically, there is this idea, pierce what you want, it's your body to do that. However, I think in the past, it was definitely a bit more conservative in many ways.
Oh, what do you mean by conservative?
So, by conservative, people certainly weren't running around with pierced nipples everywhere. That was probably not happening anywhere, unless you were in the circus or something. In the past, I think these accessories were more about clothing and jewelry. And I feel normally you would see the rich aristocrats wearing these beautiful rings, these beautiful hats. I think in the old days, you just got your ears pierced for women. That was it. What do you think, Steve?
I think that there weren't as many accessories in the past. People didn't, women might have had earrings, but they wouldn't have had a lot of other, maybe a hat or a scarf, something like this. One interesting accessory that has totally died is the pocket watch.
Yeah, bring it back.
We see pocket watches in movies all the time. These people go in their pocket, take out their watch, click the button, and it opens the face of the watch, and they can check the time. And it's such a stylish accessory that's totally dead now.
Yeah.
It got replaced by watches, and then all of this got replaced by iPhones and phones.
Mm-hmm.
So now we do the same thing. We go in our pocket and check the time from our phone. So it's the same gesture, but it doesn't. We've lost this accessory, the pocket watch accessory. And I remember when I was young, I really wanted a pocket watch because I was a nerd. I was shopping for one, and I remember I wanted a pocket watch from Harry Potter, and it was Dumbledore's pocket watch. It had 12 different hands on the watch, but only 2 of them told the real time.
Oh my god!
And you had to figure out which ones they were. And I just thought it looked so cool. It was such a cool accessory that I wanted when I was 14.
Friends ask you the time, you bust out a pocket watch. Hold on, let me check my hands.
I know.
Oh.
I would be getting all the ladies.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hey, ladies, you need to know what time it is?
It's time for me to check my pocket watch. Ooh. I feel that type of watch, not a pocket watch, but Dumbledore's pocket watch would really piss me off.
Why would it piss you off? What do you mean?
Why do I want a watch with 12 different freaking hands on it so I have to guess the time?
That's only wizards know the time, man.
Well, shoot, I'm not a wizard then, I guess.
No,
I'm not nerd enough. No, it just doesn't work.
Okay, styles have changed a lot. I was thinking of a particular hat, and this hat is called a fedora. Okay, if you don't know what a fedora is, I won't describe it. You can just Google fedora. And this was popular probably 100 years ago, and I associate it with gangsters, with cool guys on the street.
Mobsters.
And this hat became generally popular again, and people started wearing fedoras in the 21st century. Some people like fedoras.
Who are these people?
Exactly. They look so weird, and I do not like these hats, and I've never been particularly interested in it. And I think that for many people, perhaps including you, Kareem, we think the same way. If you wear a fedora, people will think of you as a douchebag.
Steve, can you please explain to our viewers exactly what is a douchebag? Can we use douchebag in another term, in another way?
So in general, what I understand about douchebag, so bag you can understand. Bag means bag. Douche means shit. So a douchebag is a bag of shit.
Uh-huh, yes.
So this is this person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another way to explain it?
Yeah, I mean, Steve, would this person be a douchebag? Let me explain. So, I'm walking in the metro, and this person just pushes me from behind for no reason and doesn't say excuse me, doesn't apologize. Could I consider him a douchebag?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
So this person is a douchebag. If he's got a fedora, he's a double douchebag.
Douchebag, yeah. Double freaking douchebag. So, guys and girls, remember that. A douchebag is a bag of shit. Or just like a really, really rude, mean person. When we see people with tattoos, like sleeves, arms, neck, face, they are viewed as someone scary, someone who can possibly be considered a douchebag, actually. And it kind of makes me think about tattoos as an accessory. Do you think these tattoos really symbolize a person in that way? Is that a good way to judge them?
Okay. So can you tell me about symbolize? What does this mean?
So, for example, when you see the Statue of Liberty, this symbolizes freedom. When you see the Canadian flag, this symbolizes maple syrup, maybe. I don't know.
That's right. Exactly. That's what it means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so is it fair to say that they can be potential douchebags?
I don't think so. I think it's an interesting situation because a lot of douchebags will be attracted to tattoo culture. So they like the idea of getting tattoos because tattoos, like we said earlier, okay, accessories are a way to represent or show your identity. And I think someone who doesn't have a very confident identity and feel good about themselves can get a tattoo to do this, right? Mm-hmm. But I also think that a lot of tattoos can be meaningful and important for people, and they can be stylish and cool. And it's a type, for me, it's a type of art that I don't know, it takes talent and skill to produce a cool tattoo.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't have any tattoos, and I don't think I plan on getting any tattoos, but I don't have anything really. I don't have anything against tattoos personally. What about you?
I agree with you 100%. I have nothing against tattoos. I mean, I think everyone nowadays, they have a tattoo or they know people who have tattoos. I don't know how to answer the question about tattoos as an accessory because, well, accessories are usually things that you can remove from your body, like a hat or earrings, but a tattoo can't. It's permanent for the most part. So could tattoos be considered an accessory? What do you think?
I think you're right that most accessories, they're temporary. You can take them off. I think you're right that tattoos, they're a type of accessory, but they really don't fit the basic definition, I think, of something that you can change quite easily, like a hat or earrings or something like that. So today we were talking a lot about different accessories. These were things like hats, like the fedora, or piercings, so things related to earrings. We also talked about some different people who like to accessorize, including nerds and douchebags. So we also talked about some special phrases and words. We had the word symbolize. Kareem, do you have an example again for this word?
Yeah, as I said before, the Statue of Liberty symbolizes freedom.
And because I'm a very romantic person, I think a rose symbolizes love.
That is so romantic. Oh my God.
I know. And we also included the word social status, which was a way to show our level in society. Maybe how important or how rich a person is.
Or how poor.
And then you used a very cool idiom at the start. We had the phrase dress to impress.
When you dress to impress, it means that you try to wear very good clothing to make people like you or to give a good impression of yourself. As an example, if you go to an interview for a job, you would want to wear a nice suit, a nice tie, and have your hair very neat and cut. By doing that, you're dressing to impress the interviewer. Okay, so Steve, earlier we had the trivia question. What do you call the crown Egyptian pharaohs wore on their heads? A. Skent, B. Coronation, C. Circlet, or D. Headdress? Can you remind us of your answer?
Yeah, I chose the really strange word that I didn't know. The first one, skent.
So, Steve chose skent. If anyone of our listeners also chose skent, I have to say that you are correct! Woohoo!
Actually, that's cool. Okay, so you got the last one correct. I got this one correct. So we're both one for one.
Okay, so we're doing good. I didn't know this was a competition, but all right. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's right.
So we'd like to thank everyone for listening in today here at English Vibe Time. And we want to remind you that you can always follow us on Twitter and Instagram at English Vibe Time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. And remember that every week we want to answer some question from a listener. You can send us a question here on YouTube by writing a comment, or send us a tweet on Twitter, or write something on Instagram. And they can be questions about English, or they can be questions about us. All questions are welcome. So hope to hear from you guys soon. Peace out.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you next time.